Abusia enche bia na ye nyina vice president Mami Jane na Nupuku Ajiman entie ba ye se ne ho dodo no ache ebetimi mpo edna fly if Ghana edna ko prim ewo abuchire amoakwakwaje ayaresa kese pa abusia eno ebeto ho no no ensem kese bebre na na epiepiepiepie mabusia eno ana osofo kese ba ko wo ha osofo Telvin ni video bi abusia epiepie chemu se egoduru se John Dramani Mahama enfie bi beko awiye no na the vice president eni ne nchen abusia saa video we beto ho no no adane ensem kese pa wo manga ne mu na chesa manfo echechiremu a ensem be na ebubo be ensem kese be na ebubo wo manga ne mu abusia yemmompia osofo Telvin so nyenkokotie ensem ni bimre ba ye beto aso e dia mamo.
He was able to complete all the 4 years and then he's able to continue to the 8 years and concluded. Because in that time, in 2027 March, there's going to be an agreement and an arrangement in court and certain things will be adjusted. And then when those things are adjusted, he will be placed on to continue the journey. But then in the main branch of time that I'm looking at, he will run for presidency. In 2 years' time, he will have no vice president and then he will conclude the election in 4 years.
And some no can they say I'm not confused.
It is established.
First branch.
Exactly. And that is number one thing that we look at.
And Oman Penny Mama, I want to dream so about 2028.
2028.
Usha timeline numa obeko.
In the timeline that I'm looking at, there are 2 branches of time that I'm looking at.
Okay.
In the first branch of time, he was running for presidency. And he was able to complete all the 4 years, and then he's able to continue to the 8 years and concluded. Because in that time, in 2027 March, there's going to be an agreement and an arrangement in court, and certain things will be adjusted. And then when those things are adjusted, he will be placed on to continue the journey. But then in the main branch of time that I'm looking at, he will run for presidency. In 2 years' time, he will have no vice president, and then he will conclude the election in 4 years.
Oh, and some no can they say I'm not confused.
It is established.
First branch of time, no. Or running for 2028. But after 2 years, no, he has no vice president.
No, that one he will continue with his vice president.
Okay.
And complete his time.
Okay.
Yes. The one that is running
from 2028,
yeah, to 2028. So running for when he's running in the timeline is 2 branches. Let me break it down again.
Okay.
The first time branch of time, he will run for the presidency, close the presidency at the 4 years term, which is 2028 is done.
Okay.
It's done for. There is no going forward and everything.
Okay.
The one it will extend to 2020. This thing for the extra 4 years after 2028, which is going to run.
Yeah.
Is going to run, and in that time, that's the main branch of time itself. He will go, and in 2 years from now, as I speak to you right now, 2 years specifically from now, I'm not drunk tea this morning. 2 years specifically from now, he will be able to run for the presidency. But before he will run for 2028, 2027, he will have no vice president.
Hey, 2028 now, or running nowhere near. Or be maintaining a vice president.
He will have none. There is no vice president.
So for me, until emphasis 2028, from CCR copying 2028, we are running with Prof J Nana.
Yes, let me give you a speech. There's a nice speech. I'm hearing it in time.
Okay.
You know, time when you move through time, you're looking at what is happening in real life. Unless you try to tamper with it. I'm not tampering with anything now. Now, unless I have to, but I don't have to, so I'm not. Now, in time, I am looking at a speech being given with heartfelt, how do you call it? Heartfelt, not condolence. It's the way he said it. It's with strong heart or deep heart, something. I want to express my condolence to the family of this and and in the situation. But unfortunately, I couldn't finish the speech, left the stage. Yes.
Why speech Nana Orman?
That one, when we get there, I'll tell you exactly what it is all about. Yeah.
And we you find say from 2029 echo.
No, not 2029.
Within
2 years from now.
2027.
Yes.
Okay. I'm interested in after 2028. No. And when I will say from 2029 echo no or contest here, what will happen?
He will not have, once you realize he's not having a vice president, he will contest. Every prophecy that we give here comes with a key. The key is what unlocks the structure of the prophecy. The prophecy is that for him to contend for the 8 years within the timeline, he doesn't have any control over it. He will have no vice president. And then he will complete the 8 years and then continue. He complete the 4 years and continue to the 8th year. Yeah.
Why not orchestrate this man?
It's already set in time.
Why not set it?
It is a timeline event. It's an amazing thing. We can tamper with it, but then it's already been set from before the foundations of the earth. Yeah.
And say, vice president also resigning way.
If she resigns, she falls into the same category. I can't break it down to you. Yes, I don't have utterance to tell you exactly the details, but we'll break it down. But we can temper with it on some few things, but I don't want to break it down.
Do you know why the NDC was hyping that content creator of a regional minister? It was done deliberately, including the video, to divert people's attention from the real cause of the fire. And so instead of us discussing the root cause of the fire, we'll be busy making a hero out of the minister and his government. How do you define insensitivity? Insensitivity is when there is a huge fire burning people's properties, burning people's investment, but the minister still had the luxury to allow his cameraman hold the camera to video him. And instead of at least telling the cameraman that this is not the right place to do this, he looked into the camera and continued acting. But wait, do you think it is by mistake that the NDC has allocated over 70 million cedis for communications alone at the presidency, even when we had social media and the Ministry of Communications? It is because they are more interested in controlling narrative to forcefully gain public admiration. They know they will fail. They know they will perform very abysmal. They know that their appointees are not trustworthy and they are very hungry. And so corruption is going to be on a rampage. Cluelessness is going to be on a rampage, and that is why the presidency must be on standby to defend them and clear them. If you mean good and intend to do everything the right way, you don't need 70 million worth of communications from the presidency. We will talk about the doomsday that caused the fire today. We will talk about the doomsday that caused the fire tomorrow. We will talk about the deliberate doomsday that you have diverted to Ashanti region to destroy